This is a journal that you have found while you were called in to investigate a cabin due to complaints that their neighbors were being too loud. This is what you found written.
Day 1. All I'm doing is unpacking my things when I heard the box fall to the ground. Nobody was there, though I thought I could make out a shape from the trees. I decided to just leave the rest of my things outside and pack them tomorrow morning. I can't sleep. Looking over at the clock, it's a minute before midnight as I hear the sound again. It sounds like knocking, though I know that I'm completely alone. Someone's asking to come in. Do I dare answer the door? No, much too tired. I roll back over to fall asleep with a pair of earplugs wedged in my ears. Day 2. I've just gotten back inside and slammed the door behind me. I brought the rest of my things back inside, but I had seen something in the woods. I did. I'm not sure what, but it looked like a very tall person. There are no people around for at least a mile or so, if I were to remember correctly. The sound has returned. I have to close the curtains. I'll write again later.
You find the next page torn out. It's rather odd until you flip to the next page.
Day 4. I still cannot sleep. There was something in the woods and it's coming closer. I can't leave the house and I'm running out of food. My dog has disappeared yesterday after ripping out the entry of Day 3. But I shall repeat what had happened yesterday. Outside my back porch, I heard a voice from the forest. My dog began to bark from his spot from the chain that was nailed into the ground. He's a very tough dog. If he was barking, that meant trouble. I stood up to get my shotgun when I heard a yelp and turned to see a small hole in the ground where he had been 10 seconds before. Maybe less. Horrified, I ran inside like I am now. The noise is returning. I think it would be best to be deaf by this point. Maybe I'll go make some tea or coffee so I can stay awake. I'm out of coffee. I don't want to sleep, but I did. I woke up in the middle of the night, 12:30 a.m. with something gnawing on my leg. But I look at it only to find bite marks. Nothing more, no animal, no person. The window was still locked and I checked the door. It's wide open. Bloody prints were shown and just up at the staircase leading to my room. They weren't like any hand or footprints I had ever seen. Day 5. I tried to call the police today, but the phones aren't working. I've now decided to take matters into my own hands and nail thick pieces of wood to the doors and windows. I hope that will keep that thing out. If it doesn't, I'm not sure what I should do. I'm very low on food. If this continues on for much longer, I'll starve to death. My leg is now bandaged up to keep the blood from flowing any further. I had tried showering this morning but found out that instead of warm water, there was warm blood. Who replaces water with blood? Only monsters, my friends. Only monsters. I'm afraid to sleep tonight. I've lost my mind. Though the windows and doors are blocked by the wooden pieces, my nerves are still out of control. Day 6. I fell asleep last night. I woke up missing my bitten leg and had to crawl through the house to find the back door, wide open. It looked like the wood had been bitten through. As I went to close it, I saw the creature. It looked like a tree. As to whether you believe it or not, it's your doing. I know what I saw. The tree had no leaves and it had hollow eyes. Like hell would blow me up, it spoke to me. Tomorrow I shall take the rest of you. What does that mean? Did it take my dog? My leg? Yes, that's right. I saw my leg in its mouth. It had black teeth and it snarled at me, disappearing only when the sun came up. I'm not going crazy. I hope others see it as well. Day 7. I hear it. I hear it eating at the doors. It has friends. What did I do? Why did I move in here? I wasn't told anything about monsters in these woods. Are the monsters the trees? Keep away from the trees! I'm currently hiding underneath my bed, trembling as I write this.
You can clearly see the writing getting worse, and you looked around the house to see the doors missing and the windows, though you didn't seem to notice this clue before. You continued to read, unable to put down the journal.
I'm currently hiding underneath my bed, trembling as I write this. I see a pair of bloody roots. I know it can hear me. It's gone, I think. I've decided to record the sounds.
That was all you saw. Maybe the person living here had been taken. You go back up the stairs to go back to the room where you discovered the journal. Now you notice a tape recorder that was underneath the bed, unlike the journal that had been on the floor with a snap pen. You turn it on and listen. All you hear are crunching sounds, doors and windows being smashed through. And then, a scream as loud as anyone could, and you drop it to cover your ears to block the sound. Once you think it's safe, you uncover your ears and pick up the tape recorder, thinking it's over, when you suddenly hear a crackling voice from the device.
Don't look behind you, and don't look up,
said the voice before the tape recorder clicked, signaling the end of the recording. Despite the warning, you look up and then behind you. The 3 people surround you, and the last thing you saw were the black teeth as they tore you apart while you screamed for help. Nobody hears you except the trees, and you have now joined the trees, being dragged to the woods, and your feet get dug into the ground. You stay until the next person comes and knocks over one of their boxes as the person tries to unpack. You tried being quiet and failed. That was the last time you were alive. The trees buried you in flames because you failed. Nobody can hear the screams of a tree being burned down because no one listens.